So far, we've taken a look at steps 1 through 9 in the installation job aid, a 12-step guide that was designed to improve your performance and help your workdays be as productive as possible. Hi again, I'm Jim. Thanks for joining us. In this segment, we're going to discuss sections 10 through 12 in the job aid. These steps will guide you through receiver installation, customer education, and post-installation. To remind you of what we've done so far, we have done all of the preparation tasks, confirmed the customer's order, finished the receiver connectivity site survey, as well as the mounting and cabling site survey, completed the pre-install customer walkthrough, prepared and installed the dish, grounded the system, and finished up cabling. Remember, these steps will help you get more out of your day without sacrificing any of the quality. Now let's continue with receiver installation. The first thing you'll want to do is perform a limit scan to check the signal strength. It's important to do this before setting up the receiver. This way you can identify issues with the install prior to activating and downloading. If you wait, you could waste a lot of time setting up the receiver before realizing that there's an issue in the installation. After you unwrap the receiver and place it in a well-ventilated area, make the appropriate connections to the receiver. Be sure that the receiver is connected to the TV. Make sure that all the necessary items, such as coax cable, triplexer, and remote antenna, are connected before plugging the receiver into power. This is for your safety. Next, you'll want to run the check switch and download the software to the receiver. Remember that the installation job aid was made to help you be as efficient as possible. Once you've run the check switch and the receiver download is initiated, you'll have some time to take care of the next few steps. You'll have time to prepare the remotes by putting in the batteries and placing the remote labels. Clean up the trash from the receiver, including the box, and you should still have enough time to begin a receiver setup process for any other receivers on the account. If the receiver installed is a dual tuner, you can now move on to TV2. Connect TV2 to the back feed, program the remote, set SAT auto tune, and run an auto channel scan for TV2. This is important as it will help prevent the customer from getting on the wrong input or channel. Repeat this process at all TV2 locations. Now you're ready to activate the receivers and finalize the receiver setup. Start by activating the receivers on your tablet. If the customer has internet or phone, connect the receiver and run STB Health Live. Verify signal strength and connectivity and retrieve the positive confirmation code. Next, if the customer has an HD TV, change the settings on the receiver to the appropriate resolution. Finally, verify all programming on all TVs. You want to make sure the customer is going to be able to enjoy their service problem-free when you leave. Clean up and vacuum any mess. In fact, vacuum even if you don't believe you've made a mess. When the customer hears the sound of a vacuum running, it instills a level of confidence that we clean up after our installs. This can help you on your CSAT scores and shows the customer that we respect their home. Finish up by entering any work notes and complete your paperwork. It's now time to move on to customer education. Be sure that you explain all of the work you completed to the customer. The more they understand about the work that's been done, the happier they'll be with the installation. Clear explanations will also help during customer education. The installation job aid highlights some of the other ways you can make your customer ed more successful. Hand the customer the remote and make sure they're in the driver's seat while you go over the Getting Started guide. Check for understanding as you go over the basics. A good way to do this is to quiz the customer. Include the 5 troubleshooting steps as part of your quiz to help ensure the customer is as comfortable as possible with their system. For example, change the TV to be off input and have the customer show you that they can get it back. If the customer ordered a DVR, utilize the Getting Started with the DVR guide to help the customer understand their DVR functions. Once you're sure the customer is happy with the installation and understands their new system's basics, you can move on to the post-installation tasks. Have the customer sign the agreements and be sure to thank them for their business. Don't leave anything behind. Make sure you've cleaned up and have all of your tools and equipment. You don't want to have to make an extra trip back to the customer's house because you forgot something. With all of your materials gathered back up, head to the van. Update your appointment status to complete in ETA Direct, prepare for your next appointment, and depart. Your installation is complete. We've just reviewed the final steps in the installation job aid. We hope you can see by now how this tool will help you learn how to perform an efficient and effective installation. Remember that the tips in this installation job aid were all carefully researched and developed by some of your top performing peers. This process was designed with your success in mind. This document is not only designed for new hires, it is designed for every technician. Remember, the difference between a good tech and a great tech can be the matter of a few small changes. Are you willing to be great? Thanks for joining us once again.